Your brain sabotages you. The goals you want most? Your psychology treats them as threats. But this hidden truth about procrastination changes everything. Picture this. You have a deadline. Something important. Something you genuinely want to accomplish. And yet, you find yourself reorganizing your desk, checking your phone, suddenly remembering you need to water that plant. Your brain, the most sophisticated organ in existence, seems determined to work against your own interests. But here's the real insight. This isn't random. This is your amygdala, your brain's threat detection center, misinterpreting challenge as danger. When you sit down to work on something meaningful, something with stakes, your brain registers it the same way it would register a predator. The response? Avoidance. Escape. Self-preservation. Researchers call this temporal discounting. Your brain dramatically undervalues future rewards while overvaluing immediate comfort. That deadline 3 weeks away. Your brain sees it as practically fictional. But that notification on your phone? That's real. That's now. That's dopamine. And this is where it gets powerful. Perfectionism. Most people think perfectionism is about having high standards, about wanting excellence. But psychology reveals something darker. Perfectionism is actually a fear response disguised as ambition. When you procrastinate because something isn't perfect yet, you're not pursuing quality. You're protecting yourself from judgment, from failure, from the terrifying possibility that your best effort might not be good enough. Dr. Timothy Pitchell, one of the world's leading procrastination researchers, spent decades studying this connection. His findings? Perfectionism and procrastination are two sides of the same coin. Both are emotional regulation strategies. Both are attempts to manage the discomfort of uncertainty. The perfectionist who waits for the right moment is really waiting for a guarantee that doesn't exist. If this is resonating with you, drop a like. It tells me to keep going deeper. What the author reveals next is brilliant. Your brain has a reward system that evolved millions of years ago. It was designed for a world of scarcity, where dopamine spikes motivated our ancestors to pursue rare, life-sustaining rewards. Food, shelter, connection. But here's where it gets fascinating. Your ancient dopamine system now exists in a world of infinite stimulation. Social media, streaming services, notifications, all engineered specifically to hijack this system. Every like, every notification, every autoplay video delivers a tiny dopamine hit. And your brain learns quickly. Why work on something difficult for a reward you might get in weeks when you can get a guaranteed reward right now? This isn't weakness. This is your brain doing exactly what it evolved to do. The problem isn't your willpower. The problem is you're bringing prehistoric hardware to a modern battlefield. Think about that for a second. Your procrastination might not be a character flaw at all. It might be an outdated operating system. Here's what most productivity advice gets completely wrong. They tell you to fight your emotions, to discipline yourself through resistance, to simply try harder. But neuroscience tells us this approach is doomed from the start. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational part that makes plans and sets goals, is significantly weaker than your limbic system, the emotional brain that generates impulses. Willpower is a finite resource. Every time you resist an urge, you deplete it. By evening, when you most need self-control, your tank is empty. This explains why diets fail after dinner, why exercise plans collapse by Friday, why your best intentions dissolve when you're tired or stressed. The wisdom deepens when we consider the alternative. Instead of fighting your emotions, what if you could work with them? Instead of depleting willpower, what if you could make the right choice feel like the easy choice? This is where behavioral psychology offers a breakthrough. And it doesn't require becoming a different person. But everything I just told you, that's just the setup. Here's the twist that changes everything. Psychologist Peter Gollwitzer discovered that simply deciding to do something increases your chances of following through by about 20%. But adding an implementation intention, a specific when, where, how plan, increases success rates by up to 300%. 300%. Not through more discipline, not through trying harder, through a simple psychological technique that takes 30 seconds. An implementation intention sounds like this. When situation X arises, I will perform behavior Y. Not I will exercise more. Instead, when I finish my morning coffee, I will put on my running shoes and walk out the door. The specificity changes everything. Your brain stops having to make decisions in the moment. The choice is already made. The cognitive load disappears. And here's what nobody expected. This technique works precisely because it bypasses the emotional brain entirely. You're not fighting impulses. You're automating responses. Subscribe if you want to see how to apply this to every area of your life. The next strategy attacks procrastination at its root. Emotion regulation. Remember, procrastination isn't a time management problem. It's an emotion management problem. You're not avoiding the task. You're avoiding the feelings the task brings up. Anxiety, boredom, frustration, self-doubt. Dr. Pitchell's research team developed a technique called the 10-minute rule. When you feel the urge to procrastinate, you commit to working on the task for just 10 minutes. That's it. After 10 minutes, you can stop with no guilt. But here's the twist. 90% of the time, you don't stop. Because the hardest part of any task is starting. The emotional resistance peaks at the beginning and dissipates once you're engaged. Those first 10 minutes aren't about productivity. They're about emotional exposure therapy.